وصفها الإصطخري في كتابه المسالك والممالك إنها أعمر مدينة في عمان وأكثرها مالاً.
Sohar is really the most important town in Oman in the early Islamic period. It was a very important port, and the early Muslims and Arabs were sailing to China and trading with India, and the historical sources like Maqdisi and Istakhri, they tell us that Sohar really was the gateway to China, the gateway to India. And that's why we've come to excavate here. We've come to excavate here because we want to find out more about this really important contribution to the world economy. The first sailors to China, the first trade across the Indian Ocean was by the early Arab Muslim sailors, we believe. So you can see the excavations behind us. We're digging down deep into this very high mound, and buried in this mound are many, many layers of history, going back to the earliest layers of the site, all the way through to the time of the Portuguese and even up to the Yaraba. We have the whole history of Sohar buried beneath our feet. And we believe that by digging the holes here and finding and exploring these layers, we're going to learn more about Sohar's history, more about how important Sohar was to the world, and more about the importance of Omani history.
We already have a lot of exciting finds coming from across the project. One of the finds that I think was really interesting was a small rock crystal bead or a seal. We just were analysing this year, which seems to have the word Allah written across this seal. It's a little bit ambiguous if this is exactly the reading, but a lot of people think that this is what it says. And we also found a very interesting object, which is a clay mould, which was used for moulding coins. It's called a coin pellet mould. So they were moulding the little blanks, like uniform-sized pieces of metal that would then be struck later to become coins. This is quite a rare find. As far as I know, there are other examples from Siraf in southern Iran and Banpur in Pakistan. Perhaps Sohar is the third site.
We take the sample from each trench and we run them through the flotation machine. The samples are split in the botanical materials, which we hang to dry, then send to the lab for studying, and the heavier materials, which we dry and sort through for shell, pottery, glass, and other materials.
So after the flotation has dried, we bring it over here and we sort it. So we pull out things for environmental sample and some of the smaller finds we might have missed. So that's things like shell, glass, we have pottery, charcoal, fish bones, animal bones. Today I've got a piece of slag, copper alloy, and also beads or things like that.